Yes, Anissa, yes. Hey, YBE, let's go. Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to another edition of 28 Days Highlighting Black Entrepreneurs. My name is Ryan Ray. I am the founder of Triangle Entrepreneurial Leadership and the visionary of the Year of the Black Entrepreneur. And we are so delighted that you would be with us here on tonight. Listen, for the past 28 days, but for the past, where are we at? 17 days, we have been highlighting a different Black entrepreneur or organization in our to deploy our vision, our mission of educating, elevating, and highlighting Black entrepreneurs. And tonight will be no different. We have a phenomenal entrepreneur who is going to be with us on tonight. I can't wait for you to meet her, hear her story, hear what she does, hear her passion that she brings every week to the Year of the Black Entrepreneur community. And so really quickly before we bring her in, if you have not already done so, we want to challenge you to go out to ybehub.com. Take a look around. See if this is a community that is for you, that you should be a part of to help advance your business and help to redefine Black entrepreneurship. This is the Year of the Black Entrepreneur, and we invite you to be a part of it. So without further ado, YBE community, please help me welcome and bring to the stage Dr. Keisha Smith.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Ryan. How are you?
I am wonderful. Hope you are.
I am well. I am well.
Awesome. Well, we are so delighted to be with you on tonight and just to hear from you and hear your story. You've been a part of the Year of the Black Entrepreneur really since its inception, and we kicked this thing off about 6 weeks ago. And it's just been a joy and a pleasure getting to meet you. And you contribute so much every week to the organization. And so just before we really dig in, just tell us, who is Dr. Smith and what are you into?
Okay. Dr. Smith is an educational psychologist. I hold a PhD in educational psychology, and I've always been passionate about how people learn and what makes us learn. And I've always wanted to bridge that gap between business and education. And that is exactly what I did with 3J, my company, 3J Learning Solutions. We launched during the pandemic, primarily due to the fact that people needed to retool and restructure, and teaching people the skills to do that. And so I thought, who better than an educator with over 15 years of education experience to blend and combine learning and business? And here I am.
Wow, that is awesome. So I just want to go back really quickly because, we don't know what we don't know. But you said you became really curious in how people learn. Right.
Correct.
How important is it to really know and understand how you learn?
It's important because if we don't know how we learn, so, we talk a lot about beginning with the end in mind. How can we first know where we're going if we don't know where we came from? And so what we tend to do at 3J Learning, we want to redefine the learning and development concepts. We want to take the traditional approach out of it. We want to equip people with the tools and the techniques and the strategies to understand that, not just for the moment, but to give them those tools that they can take with them for the future. And that, I think, is ultimately important.
Awesome. Awesome. So I think you've kind of answered that, but just for the person that's out there listening, you've already intrigued them. What is 3J Learning?
Great. I'm happy you asked. 3J Learning Solutions is a learning, training, and development company.
Okay.
And we believe that learning is at the core of everything we do. Some of the services that we provide, we will facilitate and implement training needs for companies, businesses, individuals, and organizations. And we do that through several means, whether it be video conferencing techniques, whether it be learning management platforms. We want to take the onus off of the company or the individual so they can focus on building their business, and we can provide the training and learning services to them.
Wow, wow. I mean, so important and relevant right now in
Yes,
this climate,
yes,
right?
definitely.
Be able to come in and answer those questions and provide real solutions
Yes,
to businesses who, again, we don't know what we don't know, right? So if I'm in a
right,
particular business or industry, I don't understand these learning platforms and all of these different tools and mechanics
sure.
to be able to do this. And
That's
so,
right.
so how is 3J Learning different than just another regular training company? No offense to anyone, but how is 3J?
No,
How do you distinguish
no.
yourself from the market?
Okay, great question. Again, it goes back to that learning being at the core. Our approach is we don't just um, teach someone a concept. We provide people with those strategies to discover how they learn as individuals, and because that
Mm,
is so critical and key. If you're in a business, a company, or an organization, and you say, I need my employees to learn X, and they've got 6 weeks to do so, yeah, that's okay, but not every person learns the same way. And that's where 3J learning comes in. We not only teach individuals the training or the concept that they need, but we teach them how they learn so that they can take what they've learned to with them, whether they move on or encompass that. And that only builds the person and make them better as an employee, as an individual, holistically.
wow, amazing, amazing. Charles Milton said, "Learn to earn." I love
Yes,
that. I
definitely.
love that.
Yes.
As Maxine said, "Wow, combining learning and business is essential," because you're right. So many times we can just get caught up in the day to day
Mhm,
and the
mhm,
activities of the business.
mhm.
But man, particularly in technology, I mean, a couple of days you're obsolete, right? I mean,
That's
technology
right.
is just always changing, and so
Right.
having an expert like yourself at the helm or on your team to help you be
Uh-huh.
able to navigate those things is absolutely critical. So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you. Thank you. And again, we launched during a pandemic. We assessed our clients and individuals, and it was definitely a need. And I think it will continue to be a need even beyond the pandemic. And that's what we strive to do at 3J.
So amazing. So great question. You launched in the pandemic. You've recognized the opportunities. You've positioned yourself, and we're always learning and growing and
Mhm.
discovering our business and getting to know our business. But as you begin to think out, right? In
Yes.
this pandemic, we don't know what this thing looks like. Is it 6 months from now? Is it 12 months? Is it 18?
Right.
Who knows? But when
Yeah.
you begin to look out on the horizon for 3J Learning,
Mhm.
what's coming? What's next? Where are you headed? Like, point us in the direction that 3J Learning is going, so that we as business owners can say, you know what, I want to hook my wagon up to her and go along with her.
Got it. So actually, this is great timing because we will be rolling out a new program in June. And basically, we want to expand our reach and focus on minority owned businesses. And
Mm.
again, to support their to support those companies in just bridging that gap. I mean, I understand what it takes and what it's like, and I think many business owners do, to the sometimes what we would call the nuances of just learning everything as you're building a business and trying to get it off the ground, or even companies that are already established. So what 3J Learning strives to do is we are planning on supporting more minority owned businesses by, again, not only creating content for them and training, but having them as partners so that
Mm.
they can train their own individuals and so on and so forth. And again, we'll be rolling out this initiative come June. And so you should be hearing more about it in the coming weeks. But we think it's so, so critical and so important that we do this.
Yeah. Wow. Listen, that's such a big way of thinking, right? That
Mhm.
you could just say, you know what, I want to own this and train other companies. But you're saying,
Mhm.
no, we want to empower companies to
Correct.
then be able to empower their employees and their team to be able to put them in a better position to scale, to deliver this information. So I think that's another that would separate you from those other training companies, right? Who want to own the market and say, you know what, I'm going to train. If the only way to get this information is to come through me, but you're saying no, let's teach others how to fish, right? And then I often say maybe out of that, somebody begins to own their pond, right? You're positioning people to be in control of their own destiny. That's powerful.
Yes. And it's critical because any business owner will tell you you're much more successful in knowing how your company functions from the bottom up. And so, whether that's starting at the ground level all the way up to the CEO level. So, if you understand that concept, you again better employ your employees, thus, your business will be more successful. And so that's what we all want. That's what most companies want. That's what even some of the big Fortune 500 companies want. It's about that bottom line and making sure employees are equipped and understand and able to get to that next level. And again, by us partnering with minority companies, we want to bridge that divide. We want to make sure that that is possible for all individuals in the business industry.
So important. So important. Ms. Maxine said, each one teach one. Charles said, think bigger and better. The train-to-trainer concept is absolutely a phenomenal idea. And Ms. Maxine also said, taking the ownership off the business and let 3J Learning Solutions take the opportunity to train you and provide those solutions for you. So that is absolutely phenomenal. So just kind of as we begin to wind down and end up this conversation, when you think about education, right? It's one of those pillars. It's one of those, pillars of our, system, right, in America. And man, there's a few holes in it right now, right? A lot of uncertainty in schools not knowing if they'll be open or closed. This may be putting you on the spot, but what do you see as the future of education and opportunities as it relates to maybe even our young folks?
So growth and power. And I say those in the sense of education is evolving and we are constantly learning, constantly growing, constantly developing. But I think moving forward, if the pandemic has taught us nothing, is that we need to be multifaceted. So we can encompass everything together. We can have visual face-to-face learning. We can have virtual learning going on at the same time. We can do video conferencing and platforms with not just students or individuals within the 50 states, but internationally and abroad. And so I think these tools and these skills are going to be ever more important as we transcend into the future for not just young adults, but people in career changes, people, community college students, all facets of companies and businesses, because we are always learning something. And I think that's important, that we be multifaceted. We have continuous learning and simultaneous learning at the same time.
Wow, I absolutely love that. That's at the heart and core of what we do with Triangle Entrepreneurial Leadership. My mom used to say it growing up, that Ryan, there's more than one way to skin a cat, baby, right? So what I think that meant was to be able to be agile, to be innovative, to be creative. There's just more than one way to do something, right? And we tend to get very pigeonholed when we think about the things that we've done historically or traditionally. So I'm grateful for that, and I want to just give you some wind at your back to say, go out there and disrupt that education space and how we learn. Put it on your shoulders and go out there and take it by storm. Well, listen, it's been a delight to have you tonight. But before we wrap up, I mentioned on the top of the hour that you've been a part of the Year of the Black Entrepreneur community right from the start. And with all that you have going on, having the level of education that you have, really already understanding education. You just mentioned being a continuous learner. So I know you already have your development program and processes. Why YBE? Why would this get your time?
So A couple different reasons. Number one, I was invited to YBE by my wonderful mentor, Maxine Phillips, who runs Games Unlimited and Level List. And she really encouraged me to, hey, participate in YBE. And she explained what YBE was. And from the very first moment I participated, I felt like, again, I'm in learning. So there's always something we can learn from one another as a group and as a collective. And YBE has been that for me. It's helped me to tool, helped me to make those connections with other businesses and to hear to grow together as a collective ecosystem and as a unit. And it's also taught me the importance of not just having a mentor that I've always had, but also being a mentor. So I understand the concept now of bringing someone else into YBE. And just, for a plug, definitely, anyone watching, YBE is the place to be. Definitely. Definitely, because you're going to learn to network, but most importantly, you're going to learn to grow. And I think that's what YBE, personally speaking, has done for me. Again, it's that evolving, it's that continuity, it's that having that support system of being able to bounce something off someone else who may have already gone through the same thing, and also connecting with not just startup businesses, but established businesses, middle of the road businesses. So when I look at YBE, it's a smorgasbord of, businesses coming from all walks of life and all facets and different locations around the US. And why not YBE? And so for the 6 weeks that I have been a part of YBE, it has been nothing but a blessing and exceptional. And I look forward to the rest of the year and growing with you all and everything that we do as an ecosystem there.
Wow, thank you so much. We are indebted to you for that. It has been an absolute delight having you, and just the level of maturity that you bring to the group, and just the poise that you bring in. And I often I'm watching the group when we meet, and I love it to watch you sit back in your seat and start thinking. That's so encouraging, so delightful. We call it success by association. Right. Yes. Like it's just the power of community, right? You get to see those examples. And I was actually doing some learning earlier today and just reminded, if you're in a group, in a community, and folks are headed in one direction, positive or negative, you keep hanging out with that group, you're going in that direction. And so it's not a matter of where you're going, it's who you're hanging out with that is going to help you determine where you want to go. And so we're excited for YBE, the Year of the Black Entrepreneur, and we're honored and humbled that it would attract someone as delightful as Dr. Keisha Smith. So Year of the Black Entrepreneur community, stand to your feet and let's give a big round of applause to Dr. Smith herself.
Thank you.
So before we wrap up, any closing words or comments you'd like to share to the audience tonight? You tell us how to reach you. Where do we find you? Where are you
at? Yes. So you can reach 3J Learning at www.3jlearning.com. Head over to my page and you can see all of the wonderful services we provide. You can fill out the form and get a free consultation in the upcoming weeks. And so my final thought is learn in all that you do. Learn.
Love that.
Thank you, Ryan.
Oh, you are welcome. Thank you. And look, we can't wait to see and hear about this new program coming out in June. And we are right here to support you however we can. So let us know, and we will absolutely do that.
All right.
Thank you so much. And to our viewers out there, thank you for being with us. We will see you back here again tomorrow night, same bat station, same bat time, for another edition of the 28 Days Highlighting Black Entrepreneurs. And if I could give you any advice as we go away tonight, learn.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Smith.